Well, it's very early in the morning. I am now leaving Andover, Kansas. I just left my brother's house, stopped to get a little coffee at the McDonald's. What a great trip this has been. The whole objective, the whole goal was just to spend time with my brother, and he loves working on cars. I love working on cars, and so it was something we could do together, and it was absolutely a blast. We had so much fun. There were a couple things that we didn't put in the last videos, and I thought I'd just catch you up really fast. One of the big differences in this car is that now I have a windscreen that works. Here's how that went. One of the projects I've been waiting to work on is this up here. This wind fairing that comes with the front runner rack is useless, and so wind just gets in here and the noise from this roof rack is unbelievable. So I have a new wind fairing from front runner that is specific to this rack and this car. So I'm gonna throw this on there really fast, and then we'll take it out for our test spin and see how that changes things. Okay, the old wind fairing is off. Now it's this big guy here, and you can see it's much beefier than the other one. This install is pretty easy. This is all held together by these M8 bolts here. So I just have to slide these guys on, line them up, and then I'm waiting on my brother. He's supposed to come join me. He's working. Okay, we're testing this wind fairing here, and I'm doing 60. You can hear some noise, but nothing like it was before. This is what it used to sound like. It's louder than that, even. Yeah, that is 100% worth the money. $120, well spent. Well, one of the issues with the Land Rover is that it has this, it's got this trailer hitch down here. I don't know if you can even see that, but that messes up the departure angle, and so I've got to get that off. Problem is I lost the key, and I was able to find this key right here from a guy in Australia. So let's see if it works. Does not turn. Oh, it does turn. Aha. Oh, off of there. Yeah, that makes it much nicer for the departure angle. Excellent. Now I'm going to be zipping through a bunch of little towns along the way, seeing some Americana. This should be a fantastic trip. Next 2 days on the way to Phoenix. So come along and I'll show you how it goes. Good morning. It is a rainy day here in Phoenix, and today I've got to get my windshield fixed. Take a look at this. I don't know if you can see this. There's a big, huge crack. Lots of stuff to do today. I've got to get my smog check done. I have to get my new tags because my tags have expired. I've got to get my windshield replaced. I've got to get to my storage unit and put all the extra stuff that I'm not using back, get some stuff out of the storage unit. I have a lunch with Keith, my friend Keith. Got a new refrigerator, a used refrigerator that I'm going to be picking up that I wasn't planning on. And Yeah, just lots of stuff. So let's get going with the day. New windshield is installed. Next up, I'm headed over to meet my friend Keith Kessler from Adventure Off Grid, and he's introducing me to a new friend. His name is George. George has a used fridge that I'm gonna get from him, buy from him, and I can plug that into my cigarette lighter adapter in the back and keep fresh food and veggies and meat and stuff. This is George. Say hi, George.
How you doing?
Check out this. Nice! That is bigger than I thought, which is awesome. How do you open it? That is going to be perfect. Toyota owners. Coffee.
Yes, drink coffee.
That fridge is going to be amazing. It's a little bit bigger than I thought it was, so that is perfect. I can store fresh food and stuff in there. Now I am headed to go get my emissions test done on my car because my tags have expired, and I need my registration paperwork and my sticker for my license plate and everything to cross the border. And I realized yesterday that normally they send that stuff to you like a week after you update your registration, which is no good for me. I need it tomorrow because I'm leaving tomorrow. So I'm going to see if I can expedite things somehow. So let's first pass the emissions test and then see how things go. They tested it, and then the guy gave me a paper that says this car is not ready to be tested. So now I have to go in and talk to the bureaucrats, find out why the heck I can't get my car tested. All right, well, that is on me. I reset my error codes, the DTC codes, on my computer just to make sure I didn't have any issues. But the reader knows that all the codes have been reset, and so you have to wait a full day after a reset before you can test for emissions. So I just cost myself one full day. Way to go, Wallace. So I guess I'm not going to Mexico tomorrow. Well, the next thing on the list is right here. I have my storage unit. I've got to get all the stuff out of the back of this car and sort it out. This is not my favorite thing to do, but it's got to be done. So much junk to sort out. Stuff in here has to go in there. Stuff in here has to go in here. Let's see if we can solve a mystery. I can't find my Kindle. I think it's in this bag. I thought I stuck it in here. It's not in there. Oh, what's this? Ha ha! The Kindle has been found. Okay, well, I have organized the stuff inside of here pretty well. I still need to get a couple boxes to organize things by kitchen, living room, all that kind of stuff. The storage unit is all buttoned down, ready to go. And now it's time to close all this stuff up and get on the road. Yesterday I was here at the motor vehicle department to get my emissions test, and I screwed it up. So now it's the next day. I am back again. Let's see if we can get this to happen. Gosh, I need to get out of here. I should be in Mexico right now. It turns out if you reset your DTCs that you have to complete what's called a full drive cycle. That's accelerating to a certain amount, decelerating, hard accelerating, soft accelerating, idling, starting, stopping. So there's this cycle that your car has to go through, and it can take a day or two or three. And so because I reset my DTCs right before I got my emissions test, that reset it. And so my car wasn't ready for testing. And then when I went back today, it's still not ready. So now what I have to do is I have to go through all these weird machinations to idle my car, cool it off, start it up, go on the freeway, go on surface streets. Even though I drove a lot yesterday, it's still not ready. And so I just have to keep doing that, hoping that in the next 3 hours that my car is all the sensors have registered and are ready to be tested, or else I have to wait yet another day before I can leave. Well, my computer is still not resetting, so I can't do the emissions test yet. So I'm gonna let my car cool down. While that's happening, I'm going to get all this cleaned out and get ready for my fridge.
But it's going to want to pull everything that way because of this. So, I mean, we could put a plate in here.
Well, I was talking to Keith, and he thinks he has a better idea for putting the fridge in the back. So, well, he's in the garage, so let's go talk to him right now.
I think it's easy. We'll just take that sheet of plywood we've got. It's Premcore, so it's super lightweight, and it's meant to go in vehicles, vans, things like that. And we'll just make a base plate, and then we can mount the fridge right to the base plate.
How does the base plate fit to the car?
Good question. So we'll use your existing anchor points that are in the back of your rig. So we'll just drill holes in the base plate. We'll take these guys out. We'll drill holes in the base plate and mount the base plate to these 4 anchor points right there. So you'll have a nice flat surface then. And then we can drill into that surface and, you know, put in threaded inserts to mount whatever gear you want to.
While Keith is in there doing that stuff, I'm using my iLAND diagnostic tool to see if my car is ready. There's a screen here that will tell me if everything is ready. Yeah, still 2 things are not ready. The EVAP monitor is not ready, and then also, what's the other one that's not ready here? The catalyst monitor, not ready. So until those 2 say they're ready, I can't go to get my emissions test done. So I have right now about an hour and a half before the emissions test place closes. If I can't get this to reset today, then it's just another day hanging out in Phoenix. Let's see what Keith's up to.
My plan is to make essentially like a captive rail for the system. So we'll have a bottom that the fridge will sit on. And if we kind of pretend that this is the bottom right here, so the fridge will sit on top of this. The sliders will go on here, and then this will slide in and out. And what we'll end up doing is cutting some boards the height of the slider plus the bottom board, and then plus a small little margin because I think your tailgate maybe tips up just a little bit. And then we'll lay another board and glue it on top of that like that to capture that. So we'll put one of those on each side of the fridge and then one on the back to stop it.
That's 2.25. Making mini runs to Home Depot to get little bits and pieces to make this fridge install work. It's going to be fantastic. Also, that gives me a chance to run my car through some cycles to try to get it to reset. So far, it hasn't reset. It's still not ready for my emissions test. So at the earliest, because the testing center is going to close in about 10 minutes, I've missed it for the day. So one more day here, which is great. I'll just spend some time with Keith getting all this stuff ready and making sure everything is perfect for the trip down to Mexico. We're still working on this. It's a little bit late at night now. Not too late. It's just the sun has gone down. So what we did is we have laid everything out and then marked some points to put anchors. And now we're going to pull this whole thing out, drill those, attach the anchors, assemble everything, and it should be done. All right, so we have our base plate. Almost done. We have to put in some D rings, I guess that's what it's called.
Yes, sir.
And with a slider that Keith designed. It's going to be pretty cool. Base plate is done. Look how nice this is. Tie downs for the heavy stuff, storage for the fridge, and then this all bolts down to the car so it's not going to be moving around. This is Keith's genius. This is just a board between 2 channels. So this slides out. On the underneath side of this, on the underside of this, are just furniture sliders. So just little plastic discs, 12 bucks, something like that. And it just slides. So no fancy drawer sliders, nothing like that. Works great. Well, now it is all packed up And so that's really good. Everything is finished here. The next thing I need to do is just drive my rig around to try to reset the ECU so I can get my emissions test done so I can get to Mexico. So instead of hanging out with friends tonight, I'm driving around Phoenix trying to get my car reset. Oh, what an adventure this is. Now day 3 of the saga of trying to get the car to fix. So I've been now watching lots of YouTube videos to see how to reset my car, and evidently you have to do this from a dead cold start. So it's early in the morning here in Phoenix. I was supposed to be in Mexico right now, but I need my emissions test. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start my car, let it warm up, and then do this test, which is you drive 35 miles an hour for 15 minutes, and then you drive 55 miles an hour for 15 minutes, and hopefully that resets the test, or enables the test, so that you can get the emissions done. So step 1 is to start the car and let it warm up for 10 or 15 minutes. That did not reset anything. I'm trying to do another one where you drive 35 miles an hour for 15 minutes, but trying to do that in Phoenix is pretty much impossible unless you're on a racetrack. I'm back on the freeway now. I'm going to try a test of 70 miles an hour for 15 minutes. No cruise control, no air conditioning. See if that helps to reset that catalytic converter sensor. Well, I drove about 2 hours and half a tank of gas. No success. So I'm going to see if there's some other secret that I don't know about and try again, or I don't know. I got to come up with a plan B, C. I have tried everything in my power to get this last thing to reset. It's just not working. So there's one last ditch effort, and that is to reset my adaptations. It's a procedure where you reset the computer. So this is really risky, but my thought is if it doesn't work, oh well, I'm no worse place off. Well, the results are in, and the reset did not fix anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drive normally. I'm going to head south. If I'm spending gas, I might as well be spending gas on making progress toward my goal. So if the car resets by Nogales or Tucson, I'll just get my test down there, and if not, then I'm illegal. Thanks, Arizona. I don't want to be illegal, but you forced me. I have finally made it to the border, and now it's time to cross, and then I need to get this video out. It's been a long one. One of the things I hope you understand is that, you know, if you're looking to do a trip somewhere and you're waiting for everything to be perfectly ready and in order, you're never going to go. What you have to do is you have to do the best you can, get close enough, and then go for it. So anyway, I got to get across the border today, so I will end this video here, and we'll pick up again on the other side in Mexico. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you click subscribe, turn on the bell, all that good stuff. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next episode.